did I defend you swinging? Why did I defend you swinging? That funny old tune will drive me to ruin. It came along and made me its slave. Now I'm craving things that I should crave. It came along and made me its slave. Now I'm craving things that I should crave.
Hi everyone. I am exhausted and my brain is an egg that is being fried by Johnny Depp to teach me not to do drugs. Hi everyone. Welcome to another stream. Is the music too loud? It sounds too loud. Hold on, I'm sorry. That might be a little better. Welcome to my new office. It's not great yet. Literally, I just hooked up the computer. And by me, I mean mostly Baha. Because I'm exhausted. We've been moving stuff for those who don't know, I've been moving, me and Baha, into a new house. It's a great place. We love it a lot. And it's been exhausting. That's why this stream is so late. All day we've been moving stuff and we went to the store and bought stuff. And I'm just so tired. So yeah, this is sort of what the setup is going to be once I get my desk in. I actually don't even have my desk. Most of my furniture is not going to be here until the 9th because that's the earliest the actual moving company could move the furniture. So, like, this chair is the best furniture I have right now. I have no desk. This is sitting on a rolling table. Oh, we're on a hype train already. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. Why am I doing this right now if I'm too tired? Because it's been days since I did a stream, and I want to talk about the Mike Lindell thing. The kitties are good. The kitties are great. They're very happy so far. They were a little nervous the first day, but they're good. Not only do I have, yeah, at least I have internet. Not only do I have internet, I have fiber internet now. So that's nice. Hopefully the streams will be a little clearer. I don't know. So what else? Yeah, just bear with me on the set situation. This is tentative. I'm gonna have all sorts of stuff on these bookshelves once I get it. Maybe get some of that LED strip lighting that streamers seem to like for some reason. But yeah, it's good. Baja's good too. She's getting some food for herself, and she's gonna sit down because we've been around all day. So I would show you. My feet are so swollen from the past couple days. I'd show you my feet, but I'm not gonna show feet for obvious reasons. I have enough going on. I don't need people jacking off to my feet right now. Maybe later. Level 4 of the hype train already. Wow. Let's see what we have. Right Said Rob, thanks for 10 months. Right Said Rob. Is that the band that did I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt? Too Sexy for My Shirt, So Sexy It Hurts? Oh, the audio is probably going to be a little weird too. I don't have any sound masking in this room yet. So it's going to be... That's Right Said Fred. You're right. So it might be a little echoey. I apologize for that, but I'll get it solved soon. I'm going back to my place, which is like an hour and a half away, this weekend to get more stuff. And one of the things I'll make sure that we get is soundproofing stuff. Are we doing bingo? Yeah, we can do bingo. I don't know if anyone will win because we're doing the Mike Lindell stuff, so it's going to be pretty single-minded. But we can give it a shot. Mike Mack says, Marcel might be back here, his new channel. Also, he is attacking you in your latest YouTube video, saying he's going to sue you and calling you a Nazi. Can't tell if it's him or a fan of him. Also, the move was okay, and isn't Trump coming back tomorrow? Let's see the channel. Peacemaker Animal Sanctuary. Alright, cool. Wait, where's the video where he says he's gonna sue me? Which one? His latest YouTube video, this one? This just looks like his promotional video that he always has. I don't know. I look exhausted. I am. Mike Max said, I don't know if I read that one. Stromboli for Wi-Fi says in booming voice, who dares awaken Stromboli from his slumber with a Twitch notification? Oh, hi, Hannah. Hello. We're at 259% to level 5 already. Wow, thank you, everyone. The Marvelous Sly, thanks for 7 months, says my pillow is full of drugs. Steve with a Q with 10 months says congrats on the new place. Thank you. Sidosaurus with 5 months. Crimson Death, thanks for 300 bits. Bitter Old Ass Broad says some support bits. I hate moving, but love being moved in. Where are the cats? They're in the other room. The cat room is across... They have their own room. The cat room is just across the hall from me, so you'll be seeing plenty of the cats. Bitter Old Ass Bra. Nope, read that one. Cold Stare with 100 bits says, hope the move is going okay. Cotton Candy says, hi, Hannah. Hello. Psychotropic Thunder, thanks for 6 months, says, had to change my Twitch name because of the Tarantino BS, but I'm glad to be back. Well, welcome. It's Ceci, thanks for 7 months, says, ooh, hype train. Puka with 200 bits, Bitter Grin, thanks for gifting 5 subs to the community. Profane Priestess says, Hannah, I'm so happy for you. Is Baja home so we can say hi? She's relaxing. She also had a long day. So, you know, if she decides to come up at some point, that's fine. That'd be awesome. But, like, she needs to relax and eat food and drink water. We're both very dehydrated. Ice Queen says, welcome back. Congrats on the move. This is the Stana, formerly known as RTK142. Nice. The 142 gives it away. I knew when I said... I knew the second that left my mouth that someone was going to redeem a hydrate. Don't worry, everyone. I'll be drinking periodically throughout this stream. MH Dark Beast, thanks for 15 months, says, stop. Hannah time. We missed you. Got something for your stream that's a hell of a horror story. Had to share it with stream. Thank you. Robert Morley. Welcome, welcome back. With 5,000 bits, thank you. Says, good luck on your move. Sincerely, your hype train bits, Sugar Daddy. Appreciate it. Hot Bees with 500 bits. We're at, 10 seconds left. We did really good on this hype train. Citosaurus says, sending love to you guys and hope the rest of the move goes okay. Drink some water. Simple Cat Girl says, hey, I hope this move is going smooth. I know the pain of moving with other things going on. Love ya. Chicken Side Eye says, always happy to see you. I'm happy to see you guys too. Did you move houses? Yes, which is why I've been talking about it. Bumble Homestead with 200 bits says, congrats on the new house. Thank you. Zero Matey with a link to a TikTok. Oh, this is gonna be so loud. Nope. It's either gonna be loud or it's gonna be a Rickroll, and I am not dealing with either of them. I'm learning. Chrysia, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Excessive Observer, thanks for 15 months. Cool Sage with 100 bits says, bits. Cotton Candy says, more bits because I missed you. Thank you. Mike Mac says, in your comments, my bad. Oh yeah, I know he was threatening. I think Baja told me about that. Daddy Sume says, I've arrived. Daddy Sume says, call me Daddy. Jesus Christ. Cool Sage says, if you find a moving company that takes bits, use these. Austin, and fortunately, I know a guy who converts bits to American fiat currency, so that's good. Austin Rosenberg says, Hannah at her wedding. What was that in reference to? Cool Cat says, bits for Mike Pillow saving American democracy. Mike Mac says, meant to say in your comments of that Peter video on YouTube. Quiet One, thanks for 7 months. Taint the Tiger, or no. Taint the Tiger. No, Tanny the Tiger. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you Taint the Tiger. How much do I have to donate to get you to sleep early? You look very tired. 1,000,000 bits. MST, or MSKTB89, thanks for 2 months, says, name is said like Miss Katie. Okay, Miss Katie. Miss Kate. Okay. Happy 2-month anniversary. Our sub baby is now illegal to abort. I've been watching you and Jake since early 2013. Finally, after all this time, I'm paying for it. Thanks for all the entertainment. Bittergrin says, not on topic for today, but this is super horrible. That's always what I'm afraid of Peter doing. Yeah, we do need to cover that. I know, I heard about that. Crimson Death says, hope your move is going well. I don't look forward to moving anytime soon. I have about 200 board games, and that alone is going to be terrible to pack up and move. Daddy Sumai says, I said call me Daddy, not Daddy. Jesus Christ. Uh-huh. Profane Priest just says, so I'm still toying with one of these people in the Sticks thread from yesterday, and I'm just asked if they were ethno-nationalists, believed in the JQ, and they were just like, yep, mask off moment. It's so funny how Sticks in that Twitter thread accuses me of being a Nazi. Me, who you all know well enough to know that that's a funny statement. And meanwhile, literally in the same threads, his fans were sending me Nazi shit and Nazi rhetoric and, you know, ethno-nationalist stuff. He's projecting. Oh, I know he is. I know what he's doing. It's just really funny how blatant it is. Anyway, what's JQ? Jewish question. Nazi stuff. Basically, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. If I duck down low enough, the horns, it looks like they're on my head. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm really hot and sweaty. So normally I'd put on the tinfoil stuff for this, especially because we got to level 5 of the hype train. Not doing it today. I'm already super hot and dehydrated. That's not good for me. I think most of you will understand that. I'll make sure next week for Tinfoil Tuesday I'm in better shape. Alright, so let us do what we're gonna do. Where is this music thing so I can shut it off? So, for the, oh, hold on, I have a Twitter message. Let me look. eTune says, good luck with the move. Hopefully you'll be in the same boat, or you'll be in the same boat soon enough. Well, I hope you are. Why is everyone saying Danzy? We didn't, why are you expecting Danzy for some reason? I could make a tinfoil fan for toasty days. You should make a tinfoil fan for toast. Oh, like a fan. That's actually not a bad idea. New house, new Danzy. Okay, let's get to it. So for those who don't know, Mike Pillow, aka Mike Lindell, as his, he's known by, it's a criminal pseudonym. Mike Pillow, which is his real legal name for definite sure. Actually, you know what? I can do this. I'll take my gavel. This is tinfoily. So Mike Lindell, who is an election conspiracy theorist who believes that the election was stolen from Donald Trump. It wasn't. Has been doing all sorts of weird grifts lately, and of course we know one of our favorite conspiracy theorists for Tinfoil Tuesday, Peter, is a big fan of Mike Pillow, and believes that everything Mike Pillow says is true because he's trustworthy, because he's Mike Lindell, and Mike Lindell is trustworthy because he tells the truth, and you know it's the truth because he's trustworthy. That makes sense. So anyway, Mike decided to hold a 72-hour, 3-day, quote, cyber symposium in which he provided what he claimed was election data to people to come and sift through in order to try... See, normally you would think if you were a rational person, because obviously the onus would be on the person making the claim that there was fraud, not that there wasn't, considering there's been no evidence of fraud, right? So the onus you'd think would be on him and the people he's approaching to say, find me evidence that there was fraud. But that's not actually what he ended up doing. Instead, he decided, I will give you $5 million if you can prove there wasn't fraud. Proving a negative is basically impossible when you haven't even provided evidence to your claims. But fine, whatever. So, he had a 3-day cyber symposium. It was a shit show. It was hilarious. Periodically, throughout me moving and doing stuff, whenever I sat down, I would take a look at the live threads of people watching it and making fun of it. And every time, there was just a new stupid thing that was happening. So I thought for today's stream, it would be fun to go through some of these clips, the highlights, the lowlights, all the lights, and just have fun, you know? It's going to be kind of a chill stream today. Just going to make fun of this. And Peter has a dumb video for later, too, which we'll take a look at. Freaking Out 99 says, be honest, this is going to be just as, if not more awkward than E3. You know what? I'll watch the latest Just Dance advertisement at E3 before I'd watch this again. Daddy Sume says, there was fraud, though. It was almost entirely Trump supporters, though. True. So let's check out some of these highlights. This is what it looked like early on the first day. It actually, you know, it's a small room for this kind of event, but it was actually relatively full on the first day. Let me be clear. It was relatively full on the first day. I should mention, too, this wasn't just something that, like, Peter was into. The entire, like, Q community and right-wing community that believes that there was some sort of election fraud, there isn't, etc., etc., they were very into this. They were like, Mike Lindell's gonna come out, because he was making these claims. He basically said, I'm gonna come out and provide such solid evidence that there was election fraud and tampering from China that at the end of my symposium, Biden might resign. That's how sure he was that his evidence was going to convince people. Surprise, he didn't actually provide any evidence. So this was something that a ton of conspiracy theorists on the right were into and excited about. And as the days went on, and he didn't provide any evidence, it was actually interesting seeing the mood sort of shift on the Q forums or on, like, greatawakening.win, as they sort of realized, oh no, we look like idiots again. Literally, I saw comments of people who said something along the lines of, I told my non-believer friends to watch this, and now I'm embarrassed. You should be. You told them to watch a grift, but... Anyway, Jellyfish, thanks for 3 months, says, oh no, this is special. Mr. X8. Oh, I thought that was a bit. It's just a Yoshi. Hello, though. Ice Queen 142 says, but Hannah, they hacked him. He did claim that. Unironically, he claimed he was being hacked. There were a lot of technical issues during this presentation, as you can imagine, because it's run by older people who have a loose grasp on technology at best. So every time, like, their live streams were going down or choppy, or the like, Skype calls they were having with people, whenever that didn't work out, they'd be like, the deep state is hacking us! It's so funny. Xenon Exemer says, welcome back, Hannah. Hope you're enjoying the new house. I am. Thank you. We actually, like I said, we're not getting furniture in until the 9th, just because the movers are, like, super behind, and everything's behind right now. But we did buy a couch today, a nice sectional, to go in the living room that'll be delivered Tuesday, so we'll finally have something other than the bed to sit on. And that's nice. So, let's take a look at some of these clips. This is just what it looked like before the thing started. This is people filing in. You get it. Here he is. He's saying Frank's speech was attacked. Frank's speech being his weird, self-absorbed news site.
We probably expected this, so we have a backup plan. They're hooking up now. This was attacked. The whole technology was attacked. We expect...
Not the technology! The technology was attacked! Ice Queen says they didn't consent to being pixelated. I understood that reference. Princess Amelia says, but they hacked the election and then they hacked Mike Lindell and now they've hacked me to send you these bits. Is there no end to their powers? I hope not. If they want to send me bits, they can hack anything they want. Jacob A says, thanks for 9 months. That's a sub baby. This sub baby's name is Mike Lindell. Sorry. Sorry, I had the thing set very low.
Did that, and we probably expected this, so we have a backup plan. They're hooking up now. This was attacked. The whole technology was attacked. The
whole technology. It'd be one thing if it was part of the technology, but it's the whole technology. Oh no. Cool Sage says, use these bits to pay your experts in cyber. I'll do my best. Thank you.
Today, you better melt down those machines and use them for prison bars. Dominion. Guess what? After today, you better melt down those machines and use them for prison bars.
Need I remind you, and this comes up during the symposium, Michael Lindell, along with Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani, are being sued by Dominion for over $1 billion for defamation, libel, and slander. Probably libel. They probably wrote something down, right? Did they publish anything? At minimum for slander, right? For defamation. And Mike Lindell is doing this. Not great. We'll talk about what happened with that lawsuit later on, as it does come up during the symposium, which is fun. Bland Rick with 1,000 bits says, came out as trans at work and it went well. Sharing the hype. Thanks for being a role model. Well, thanks for the bits. I'm really glad it went well. That's awesome.
New Hampshire goes to... We're going to put up the big...
Oh, this is the greatest thing ever if it is what I think it is. This is so funny.
We're going to put up the big lie, and there will be New Hampshire. It'll be all blue, right? Just like on election night. And then we go, what? Boom. New Hampshire goes to Donald Trump by 40,000 votes. That's the truth.
So, the main thing that they did... the first day of the Cyber Symposium, and I hope there's video of that somewhere in here. Let me see if I can just Google it and find it. Cyber Symposium slideshow. Well, PowerPoint. slideshow. What is this? 1973 PowerPoint. So the main presentation that was done like on the first day of the symposium was this, and it's very funny. Let me read these bits of messages first. Killjoy says, did you read One American News Network's math expert who said Biden cheated ended up being a random guy with no math experience? Yes, it turned out he had not gone to college. I think he was involved in some sort of previous crime. Don't quote me on that. I'm thinking he had something to do with fraud. I could be wrong, though. And he currently works for a playground equipment installation company. And hey, I'm not faulting that. You know, physical labor is a really important job. But he's not qualified to talk about mathematics in regard to election statistics. Marcus Drake with 50 bits says yoinkage. I assume becomes the stream boss. So this is part of the PowerPoint that Mike Lindell put on. And he said he was, like, going to do evidence. Like, I'm going to bring evidence to prove that Trump won the election. And this is what he did. Let's see if he can spot the problem.
And the what do we have up here? Okay, we're going to wait for them all. Y'all want to do it today? All right, it says, look at how much they took it by. How much, you know, they really want. I think this one they really wanted to get Mike. So they're going, you know what? Because I had promised the president we were going to take mine. I said, sir, 100% we're getting it. And
if I trust anyone to tell me who's going to win an election, it's a pillow salesman.
Tell you what, that was 2 days before the election. Here's the real truth. Look at that. Donald Trump takes the state of Minnesota. Donald Trump won the state of Minnesota, and we already did New Hampshire. There's 2 states you wouldn't have thought of, right? Because they can.
He did this with all 50 states. He went through all 50 states. Now, chat, what's the problem with this evidence? Chat, what's the problem with this evidence? There isn't any. Yes, Princess Amelia, you are right. There is no evidence. This is what we call in the biz a claim. If you want to make a claim, that's fine. You can make as many claims as you want, but don't expect anyone to take you seriously unless you provide backing for those claims. He literally just put different numbers on a PowerPoint slide and was like, there it is! This is what happened! And the people in the audience are like, yay! You made a PowerPoint slide! That's true. He did write the words, the truth on the slide. That's legally binding. Fact. I'm not a lawyer. Ice Queen says, I'm 12 credits of 400 level classes short of a math minor. They should have hired me. Sky Comet Fallen says, OMG, this is going to be as good as 4 Seasons landscaping. Colston says, damn, Hannah, you look like a Powerpuff Girl. Oh, that's good. I actually kind of like what's going on here with my hair. Like, I had earlier today sort of strands of hair on both sides, but I kind of actually like just the one. I wouldn't go out like this, but for stream, it's a look. It's a look. And yes, the... Hydrate. So yeah, he did this with every state. Did you guys know Trump won 49 of the 50 states? That was Mike Lindell's claim. I don't remember which state he said Trump lost. But it was closer, of course, in his mind. It was still much closer, but Biden barely won. I don't remember which state. It might have been New York. Paul the Potato, thanks for gifting a sub. Krista Willow says, apparently it came out that all of Mike's data came from a well-known con man who's conned the U.S. government 2 separate times. We're going to get to that. I have the article pulled up. That came out during... Okay, spoilers, but let me just tell you things that happened during the symposium. First of all, it broke that the guy who was giving Mike this information is a known con artist. And secondly, also during the symposium, the judge on the defamation case from Dominion against Mike Lindell for over $1 billion ruled that the case could move forward. Mike Lindell was like positive that the case would get dropped, but the judge during the Cyber Symposium ruled, no, they can sue you. They can sue you. And I read some of the judge's ruling, and it's fucking brutal. The judge is like, no, this is basically he had to decide on the grounds of, would a reasonable jury be able to look at this evidence and say there was defamation? And he said, not only is that reasonable, it's likely. Oh no, what happened to my headphone? It came off. I hope I don't need this headphone for anything because the earpiece popped off. Where'd it go? Ruh-roh. Found it. Does this just pop back in? I've never had this happen before. There we go. Ah, it did. Okay. Technology. They're like children and get excited when looking at pictures. I know. It's so bad. This is your favorite part of the symposium? Okay. I'll pull it up.
Everybody, we love it that you're talking.
Pause this for a sec. Plus Profit, thanks for 2 months, says yay. Simple Cat Girl says the PowerPoint has the same energy as I made when I was 6. Why should I go to Disney World? Based on facts. And an Era Heart, thank you for 7 months, says help, I found a new edition of Digimon cards. And H Baird says, did the judge tell Mike Pillow I'm a judge, you're fucked? Only Marcel's allowed to say that, okay?
But just take your volume down a little bit right now, please. Thank you.
We have a problem. It's just my lawyer just called me Ty Clevenger, Mr. Ty Clevenger.
Oh, this was gonna come up later, but I do want to talk about this because it's really funny. Zenthachal with 100 bits says, they attacked your technology! So, Code Monkey Z video conferenced in for this symposium. For those who don't know who Code Monkey Z is, it's I always forget if it's Jim or Ron. I want to say it's Ron Watkins. Someone correct me if it's actually Jim. It's one of the Watkinses. If you don't know who the Watkinses are, they're Q. More specifically, they're the most recent people to have taken up the mantle of Q. They own 8chan, and when Q moved over to 8chan, Q didn't really move over to 8chan, or if they did, Ron and Jim Watkins stole the handle because they own the website and have access to the back end. And Q hasn't posted since like January or December. But now Code Monkey Z, Ron Watkins, or Jim, I always forget, I get their shit confused, is now just coming out and saying Q stuff without claiming to be Q. Peter is even listening to Code Monkey Z at this point and doesn't understand that he's just listening to the guy who was pretending to be Q. Ron? Okay, thank you. Anyway, so he showed up and he was like, I have this data leak! Look at this data leak! And in the middle of this happening, Ron's lawyer told him they need to stop immediately because this data was stolen. This data was stolen from some state or local county's election systems, and it's being investigated currently. So someone who worked at that place stole this data from their county, sent it to Code Monkey Z, who is Q. Code Monkey Z brought that stolen data to the Cyber Symposium, and in the middle of presenting it, Ron's lawyer screamed at him, you need to take this down now. Yeah, it was Colorado. Daddy Sume says, this is as much evidence as a symposium. I hate you. I hate you so much, Daddy Sume. One of these days I'm actually going to ban you and you're going to have a shocked Pikachu face and it'll be like, what did you fucking expect? Surus! Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Everyone go check out Neko Surus here on Twitch. Hope you had a good stream. I apologize, everyone. I'm very gross today. I'm tired. I'm in the middle of a move right now, as you can tell from my new office, if any of you are familiar with me. Some of you might be. You know, Cyrus and I share a lot of the same fans, at least based on the Twitter statistics. So I'm in the middle of a move. This is sort of the tentative office experience, but I'm going to redo it, and the audio is a little iffy, and I'm sweaty. So... welcome! Today we're looking at the highlights and lowlights of Mike Lindell's 3-day cyber symposium, where he tried to prove that the election was stolen. He did a bad job. Surprise. Time somebody else out. Daddy Sume, will do. And hydrate. Okay. Alright, bye Daddy Sume. See you in 10 minutes. Will you learn your lesson? I kinda doubt it. Don't look at the daddy link. Ice Queen says, I still say all Q are part of the Q continuum. Conspiracy Q, Q from Star Trek, Q from Bond. Any others I'm forgetting, all members of the Q continuum. Don't you dare place Star Trek's Q anywhere within 1,000 miles of this conspiracy horse shit. Maybe John Delancey, though. I hear he's kind of a dick. R. Wester V, thanks for 12 months, says, wow, it's been 12 months already. Thanks for getting me through 2020. Of course, thanks for your anniversary. Zozo Horror Show, thanks for 8 months, says, looking great, regardless of sweat. Hope the move went well. Thank you.
And he said that I should put out this statement. And I just learned that Conan James Hayes may have taken, without authorization, the actual hard drives from the Mesa County, or the Mesa, Colorado County Clerk. And he needs to produce those hard drives immediately and return them to the clerk. And we should stop this data review until he produces the hard drives.
Repeat that.
Wait, Ron, did you just say...
Everybody, this is important.
Quiet. Yeah, this is really important, guys.
It's important. Everybody quiet.
Ron, did you just say that someone took all of the hard drives from Mesa County office just now?
So what I said was, I just learned that Conan James Hayes may have taken, without authorization, the actual hard drives from the Mesa, Colorado County Clerk. And he needs to produce those hard drives immediately and return them to the clerk.
No.
Hold on. No,
And we should stop this data review until he
This
produces
is Toby
the hard drives.
from Mesa. He knows.
No, that did not happen.
Tina just said that did not happen.
Physical hard drives.
Hold on. No, Tina says no, that did not happen.
That's why it was so warm in here.
Did you get to work?
Yeah.
Did the breaker just flip again? Okay.
My dad said, first time, he definitely thinks that the thermostat was loose on the wall, and that's what caused it to trip. Second time, he thinks that we lost power last night and we just didn't realize that it wasn't working, and it had tripped it. He said if it happens the third time, we should contact the landlord.
Okay.
And, yeah.
That explains part of the reason I'm so sweaty.
Yeah.
Our central air keeps triggering the breaker for some reason. Tripping. Maybe the breaker's just really triggered, though.
Thankfully, it's an easy fix.
Yeah.
It's flip it this way and then back that way. Oh, it feels so good.
Happened. Okay. Ron,
She
you
just said
may have
no.
heard that incorrectly then.
Thanks.
Okay.
How about, can Tina explain this then? Because I just got a call from my lawyer who said he talked to Tina to tell me that.
Can we get Tina?
Mike Lindell's doing bad.
Yeah.
And I don't mean he's doing poorly. I mean he's doing bad in the dichotomy of good-bad.
I still haven't gotten food yet.
Go get food!
Well, my problem was I was trying to cover the table. I picked up the wrong tablecloth. I picked up a square one instead of an oblong one. And then I noticed it's getting warmer in here.
Yeah.
It was 75 when I went down there. It's 77. It was 77 now. And I was like, oh, fuck you. And then I called my dad.
Nice. Get the food.
But I have a baby.
So-
Take the baby and get food. She will follow.
Now I'm confused.
Hey, Beth, can you have Tina call her lawyer?
Call your lawyer, Tina.
Tina Fey.
Yes, Tina Fey. Tina Fey was at the... Obviously. That makes sense. Let's see. Mike Lindell on Cuomo resigning.
Told me Cuomo had a press conference and he's resigning in 2 weeks.
I would agree. That's good. Fuck him. That's the I find that to be an interesting difference between the left and the right politically. If someone on the left does something, and it's actually kind of funny describing Cuomo as left, he's further right than me. But, like, let's say even someone I liked, I don't know, Bernie Sanders or AOC was accused of some terrible shit. And whatever, it turned out to be true. I'd want them to resign or leave, as opposed to the right that apparently wants to cover for all the shitty deeds of people, like Matt Gaetz or Donald Trump or whatever. I don't get it.
But let's call that for what it is. I mean, you know, that maybe people stood up for the things that they were going to do to small businesses with those vaccines. You know, call me.
Mike, it was because he harassed people. What? Hey, Lou.
She's like, why is there no desk for me to stop? Go up.
This is where he got mad that people wanted a break for lunch.
For a break, and then maybe we're going to talk a little bit right when we get back there. We're going to go into...
No, we're not going on a break. Put up that movie again. Run the movie. There's no breaks. We're streaming 72 hours live streaming. So around the world, this never stops. You guys can go eat. That's fine. But I ain't eating. I'm staying up here for 72 hours before they ruin our signal.
Before they ruin our signal. This is the behavior of a sober person. And Colston says, Hannah, it's because God works through evil people, so you should support God's anointed no matter what they do. You know, I've read the Bible. That actually tracks.
He's tripping.
Yes, he is.
Any state, and it's going to show you what the big lie was, and then you're going to say, and then it's...
Yes.
Our air conditioner be tripping the break.
Other people already made that joke. You're slap happy. You need to go get food right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's going to be the response. This is the part where you stand up. Yay. And you go get food.
Fine.
And drink water, please.
Fine.
Slow Dog 52 with 1,000 bits says cocaine is a hell of a drug and have some housewarming bits. Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Can you dehydrate so Baja can get blast? So Baja can get Baja blasted here. Drink some water. Ice Queen says 72 hours or until I get the call from my lawyer. And hello, Baja.
Oh, thank you, everyone. I've been moving things all day, and I have bruises everywhere.
Yeah.
I also fucked up my wrist.
She thought she broke her wrist
Yeah.
at a
Oh, you
at a
can't see
supermarket.
But, like, across here, there's, like, a huge line because it got smashed.
It's going to go what the truth was.
Number 2.
I'm gonna go get food.
Any
Bye, everyone.
state,
What are you
and it's going to
doing?
show you what the big lie was.
How
And
long?
then you're going to say, and then it's going to go what the truth was.
What the truth was.
The call with the president. Remember the call with the president with Brad Rassenberger? Brad's going to have explaining to do in this.
Oh, you mean the phone call where Donald Trump, as the president of the United States, tried to convince an election official to switch the election results for him illegally using mob tactics?
Did you want this closed?
I'm good with whatever. You can leave it open. Well, it might cool down easier if that's closed, actually. Yeah, close it. Thank you. Citosaurus says, Mr. Pillow is such a giant baby. He's just like a toddler who's trying to convince his mother the sky is red when it's clearly not, stomping his feet and crying that it's not fair. Soon he'll be on the floor. Hopefully it's the floor of a rehab facility, because I think he fell off the wagon. Raven Wolf says, happy housewarming to you both. Thank you.
This 3 days is over. Absolutely corruption. When the president said, you know,
There were 2 people in that phone call, and one of them was corrupt. It wasn't the one that wasn't the president of the United States.
You got this many dead people voted. You have this many that...
No, there weren't. This has been addressed thousands of times. This isn't even an old claim. This is like the oldest fucking election fraud lie ever is, look at all the dead people that voted.
Don't live here anymore. This many miners that voted, whatever, no, not the miners, but just, he went down these silos.
Miners that were voting. We had 3 children in a trench coat going up to the voting booths, and then they'd leave and they'd switch positions so the bottom one was the head, and they'd vote 3 times.
And they go, just find one here. Which one? We only lost by 11,730. And do you remember the call with the president, with Brad Rassenberger? Brad's going to have explaining to do in this 3 days. We have the president's son, Eduardo, coming here. Bolsonaro, if I say it right, how do you say it? Bolsonaro. Yeah.
Bolsonaro.
Okay, Bolsonaro.
Daddy Sume with a link. Vincent Adultman. Yeah, BoJack Horseman. Ice Queen says, I did that in 1996. How do you think Clinton won Pennsylvania? Yeah, we're going to talk about the guy in California that killed his wife over QAnon stuff, but we're doing this first.
It couldn't have happened in Ohio. Donald Trump won Ohio. But it was 7%.
I mean, he did, I believe Trump did win Ohio. Dread Pirate Mick, thanks for 8 months, says, hope the move is going well. We're back in lockdown here, so I'm glad to have a stream today. Well, I'm glad I could give you one.
Then he won by, instead you're going to see it was 15%.
More than doubling the margins. Wow, I can't wait to see all the evidence, Mike. Release the pillows. What's vaccine shedding? It's a conspiracy theory that isn't true, fun fact. Where basically idiots think that if you get the vaccine, you're going to shed spike proteins and make you sick. Basically give you the vaccine by proxy, like it's a virus. It's really stupid. Mike apparently is saying he spent $12 million of his own money for the Cyber Symposium.
I've already put up probably $12 million I've spent of my own money investigating, hiring white hat hackers, doing everything I can for the last 6 months to get this ready for the Cyber Symposium. I've already put up probably $12 million.
Now, don't get me wrong, he could be exaggerating, but I kind of really hope he actually has spent that kind of money. Because it would be hilarious if he bankrupted himself for being this stupid.
I put millions of dollars into stuff. I've got over...
I think I talked about this earlier in the stream, but we have more people watching now, so I just want to go into it too. Mike Lindell, I do think he's a grifter in the sense that he's seizing upon this opportunity to sell and shill his pillows, because he has. We're not seeing clips of that, for the most part, just because, you know, why watch it? But all throughout this symposium, he was talking about, like, oh, you should buy my pillows, and blah, 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 blah. He was advertising his company through this, which is his event. He can do what he wants, but I think he's also a true believer. I think he's getting scammed. Like the guy that we'll read the article about later, who he hired and is now admitting that it's bullshit. I think these people who are hackers, air quote, came to Mike and we're like, yeah, Mike, give us $1 million and we'll figure out all this fraud. And he was like, yeah. And he doesn't know anything about computers. He literally calls things cyber, you know, like it's 1992. And I think he's just getting scammed and he doesn't understand he's being scammed. It's kind of funny if it wasn't super sad. Zero M80 says short cleanse. Thank you. Take a look at that later.
Did you know? On Google.
That's loud. And Citisaur says, got into a huge conspiracy argument with my neighbor the other night and got so frustrated I started crying. I couldn't tell if she was trolling me or if she was serious, but honestly I'm glad I watched so many of your streams because she started going off on flat earth and anti-vax shit. and anti-socialism. I'm not too much of a nerd to walk away from the conservative. Wait, did I skip a line? Watch so much your streams. I'm not too much of a nerd. And I'm too much of a nerd to walk away from the conversation. Anyway, thanks, Hannah. I probably would have fell apart sooner if not for the streams. Well, I'm glad they helped.
$15 million in this thing. It don't matter. People say, Mike, you just keep pouring money. We don't have a country. If I don't have a company, then my employees, nobody has it. Does it matter? It doesn't matter if we don't have a country. I put millions of dollars into stuff.
Oh, Mike. Weird that the guy that, just built a fortune on selling people shitty pillows isn't a genius. Weird, right?
You can have the best evidence, which we do in the world, and it ain't going to matter. It's not going to matter, everybody. We've seen it happen in November and December. Are you kidding?
No. Those lawsuits got thrown out due to lack of evidence. There wasn't any evidence, Mike. That was the whole problem with those cases.
We had more evidence to convict everyone in the country.
We have enough evidence to convict everyone in the country. Guys, Mike Lindell's gonna convict us. Hold on, 1 sec. Oh, that's better. Sorry, the vent grate got closed somehow. Oh, give me that sweet, sweet cool air. I don't know how Peter's taken all of this. He's probably somehow twisted himself around and decided that this is actually really good for some reason. But also it was announced, and I tweeted at him about this. Peter hasn't talked to me in a while, but I still tweet at him I still tweet at him occasionally, and he hasn't blocked me yet, so that's nice. And I basically was like, how do you feel about this? And I sent him an article, how about, like, sometime next month the military is going to start mandating vaccines, which Peter had already made a video about, and how scared he was of it, so that should be interesting. Daddy Sume says, I beat you then, Hannah. He blocked me. Who blocked you? Whoever they are, they're smarter than me, clearly.
Dominion, guess what? After today, you better...
Oops.
You better melt down those machines and use them for prison bars.
Why is he scared Peter's not in the military? Because Peter is of the opinion that the military is the country's last hope against this communist, Satanist, evil Joe Biden regime. And if the military is vaccinated, then he thinks then they're all compromised, or that they're all going to be, Biden's going to hit a button on his desk and all the non-loyal soldiers are going to drop dead via nanites or some bullshit.
Yesterday, I got an order from...
Yeah, this is where they're talking about, this is one of the times they're talking about, the Colorado Secretary of State was raided because of the theft of those hard drives or whatever.
Yesterday, I got an order from the Secretary of State that she was going to invade my elections department today. And guess what? When I was on a plane to come see you kind folks and to talk to you out there, guess what they did? They provided a search warrant and raided my office.
I just gotta use the clip. I just gotta use the clip. I just gotta use the clip.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
If you don't want the government to raid your office, don't commit crimes! It's pretty simple.
All the poor people, because poor whites commit a lot of crime.
Oh no. Why did someone send me this? Yeah, this is the JonTron thing.
Earth.
Ooh, shut up. Everything's automatically playing and I hate it.
We don't know what they were doing in there, because for several hours, they wouldn't even let my chief deputy clerk, who is the acting clerk for Mesa County when I'm absent, would not even let her observe.
Yeah, they're probably the FBI. They don't have to, you idiot. Ice Queen says, damn it, they're on to me, runs and hides. Seriously, though, I'm gonna go watch the series finale of Critical Role's Exandria Unlimited. Everyone have a great whatever it is for you whenever you're seeing this. Live long and prosper, peace and long life. Well, I hope that's good.
What the Secretary of State and Dominion were doing in my office.
Alone for several hours in the voting room.
Alone.
They were investigating the theft of election data that you guys showed people at this event.
Alone with no one that knew anything about elections watching what they did. But they did do this. After several hours, they allowed my chief deputy to come in and they go, oh, look at this. Look, see, we found this. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did.
Did you not ask the guy that they showed the thing to?
But I can tell you that I don't trust them.
See, if the FBI raided my office, and let's say the FBI raided my office for some reason, and they went over to Baja, and and Baja asked what was going on, and they carefully explained to Baja something about why the FBI was raiding my office. And then they left. I'd probably ask Baja what they said. I wouldn't just be like, I don't know what they said. They just raided the office. Turn off your YouTube autoplay next time. I like it on my other stuff, though, because I'll listen to YouTube in the shower or whatever, and then I just want to keep playing stuff. So that was day 1 of the Cyber Symposium. Here's Steve Bannon, human baked potato, says the November 3rd election is a lie, and we're about to find out the January 6th insurrection is a lie. He probably feels that way because I don't have any evidence of this. This is complete speculation. But knowing Steve Bannon, it would not shock me if he had some sort of hand in funding something about that. I don't know. He's a pretty big scumbag. Hydrate. Didn't Bannon admit to scamming Trumpies? I think he was literally indicted for scamming people, and then Donald Trump pardoned him. Cool Sage just has an actual look at their current mindset.
The dean had his 7th epiphany today, which has given me an epiphany.
I can't play a community clip. I don't want to cut this part out.
We know what happened on 3 November, what they told us is a lie. And we're about to find out what 1/6 happened on 1/6 is a lie. Okay? They cannot stop you, and they fear you. We know what...
Yikerinos. Bellum Guardian says, damn, they got the walking whiskey cabinet to come, too. Lily Love Stuff says, Hannah, never compare a beautiful baked potato to Bannon ever again.
Mike Lindell says he's going to stay up 72 hours. That's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. And no, I'm not doing that. Yes.
We watched clips earlier where he said he was going to be on stage for 72 hours and he changed his mind. Oh, look, the guy who is Q apparently posted a video saying, I'm not Q, even though he was Q. Oh, this guy's a weird weeb. Did I mention that? Q is a weeb.
I am not Q, and have never posted as Q.
Just for the record, this is the person that has helped damage democracy more than the entirety of... Basically, he's done more damage to American democracy than any enemy of the United States. And it's this guy.
I am not Q, and have never posted as Q.
I'm gonna be real. The USSR just needed more weebs, and they absolutely could have taken down the United States. That's what I've learned, okay? That's what I've learned.
Let's figure.
Here is a compilation of technical problems that happened while while Q, Ron Watkins, whatever, was trying to connect to the Cyber Symposium online. Big Sweet Demon says, Hannah, love your new setup and congrats on the move. Great Awakening, I assume that's what that is, found Andrew Tate, and shocker, they love him.
Okay, so what we're going to do then is let's figure this out together because there's going to be so much happening.
Look at this! This is a cyber symposium. They're supposed to be experts, not just at like basics of using a computer, but they're supposed to be experts at like programming and deciphering data logs and shit like that, and they can't figure out how to do a goddamn Skype call.
Oh, I got loud all of a sudden. Did I get louder?
Into a final.
Here, Ron, hold on.
Yeah.
Turn your speakers off.
My speaker. I'm using headphones.
Several of the legislators asked.
So the issue here is I'm not hearing what you guys are saying at all.
Again, this guy on the bottom right on the screen is someone who has fundamentally shaken the foundations of our government via sowing distrust in our election systems and claiming... The world is too stupid. If you told me that this is like a game of Sim City, some kid in the year 3000 is playing on their hyper quantum computer, and that's him, and he's just playing a game where he's just trying to fuck shit up and do dumb shit, I'd be like, yeah, that makes more sense. This is the dumbest. Cotton Candy 903 says this whole thing is embarrassing. I know. Dragonfly, thanks for 9 months. Your sub baby's name is Q Watkins.
So, go ahead and do your thing.
All right, so let's see if we're in sync here. Are we looking at the file directory right now? Is that on the screen? You guys are gonna have to give me some feedback. I'm not hearing anything. Connectivity.
Morok says, sorry I'm late, I was doing stuff. Yeah. Cotton Candy says, I'm absolutely convinced we're in the bad timeline sometimes. Only sometimes. That must be nice.
Ron, can you hear me?
I'm not hearing anything you guys are saying.
Here, Ron, let's do this.
They're working the link.
Type to us in the chat and tell us what you want us to see.
Which chat?
Jesus Christ.
Sean.
Yeah, this is good. I like some good public singing cringe.
Sean.
White with foam, God bless America,
my home, sweet home.
Sean.
They're about as good at the cyber as they are at singing.
Why do I think they let Trump win the first time? Okay, let me give an extreme example to answer that question. They didn't let him win, by the way. He overwhelmed the system.
I trust this man because he's wearing not just a bow tie, but an American flag bow tie. If you can't trust a man in glasses wearing an American flag bow tie, who can you trust? Cotton Candy 903 with 30 bits says, this is incompetence. It is. Colston says they should have gotten Abby Shapiro to sing. Yeah, they probably didn't have the money.
Overwhelmed the ability of the algorithm to deliver the election. Okay.
By the morning of the 13th, I said, everybody's going to wake up and go, we need to do something. What are we going to do? Yeah. That's what I said.
So that's tomorrow. But they're already done presenting. So every bit of information that they've released here should have had an effect already. Are you seeing, like, breaking news on every channel? Like, Mike Lindell exposes election fraud. Probably not, because he didn't. So, I haven't tuned into One American News, though. That's probably their headline.
Because everybody, Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservatives, black, white, we're all in this together. We're all people. By the morning of the 13th, I...
Speak for yourself, Mike. I'm a lizard person, okay?
Something immediately. Yeah, we need to do something immediately.
Immediately.
Because we've caught them. I'm fairly certain
we caught
there's firework because of all this smoke that we're looking at, and I'm pretty sure we caught them. I think that's why they are
freaking out
raiding offices, freaking out. I believe that's why they're using big tech to silence everyone.
Yeah.
They are trying to silence the big lie, and the big lie is that
the mics. This annoys me too. The mics on stage appear to be picking up these people in sort of the front row. You don't want to do that. That's annoying. Pyromancer says, just hope memes don't win some idiot the presidency again in the future. No, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a thing. Simple Cat Girl says, how long can they keep going before losing it? I'm genuinely scared for these people. I'm not. I'm terrified of them. Not because they're right, but for the opposite reason. They're wrong, and they think they're right. And people who think they're this right when they're wrong, don't admit they're wrong. They either get depressed or they get violent. And there's a lot of them.
that they've been manipulating our elections for a very long time, and they had to do it so much this time because of how much support we had for an individual that ran, that they used everything they could to make sure they never lost again. And they overdid it. They overplayed their hand because they can't contain this at this point. Yeah, we...
This is the first person wearing a mask at Mike's Symposium. I think this is also the first non-white person I've seen at the Symposium.
Verify that our vote is counted. In order to verify things through technological resources, you have to trust people who have...
By the way, doesn't a Symposium have some sort of like back and forth? They're kind of just talking on a stage. I was under the impression that, like, you know, they'd be like kind of having communication around a thing. I don't know. Bellum Guardian says, anyone who's still into the election fraud shit, say 8 months into the Biden presidency, has blasted into orbit and completely lost all contact with Earth, right?
Technological expertise.
We have a problem.
Yeah, this is Ron Watkins' lawyer. This is after this is the moment Ron Watkins says his lawyer basically told him, you need to stop putting this information out there. This is stolen, and the offices from which it were stolen were raided. You're going to get in trouble with the FBI.
We have a problem. My lawyer just called me Ty Clevenger, Mr. Ty Clevenger. And he said that I should put out this statement. And I just learned that Conan James Hayes may have taken, without authorization, the actual hard drives from the Mesa County, or the Mesa, Colorado County Clerk. And he needs to produce those hard drives immediately and return them to the clerk. And we should stop this data review until he produces the hard drives.
That's not good for him.
And if you're out there now and you're there, you should turn yourself in right now. And because the first ones that do will probably have, maybe they get airtime where they're in prison.
Why would you want airtime in prison? What? I guess it kind of makes sense that a media whore like Mike Lindell would assume that everyone else's first thought when they get arrested is, oh boy, I sure do want to get on TV and talk about this. But no, most people don't give a shit about going on TV. What are you doing? Am I still within an hour of Jake and stuff? Yes. A little over an hour, but yeah. We're still going to be doing stuff together, online and in person. Morok says, oh, I just commissioned art for my time traveler cat girl now that she survived to level 8 and has started coming into her own. She can steal enemies' turns and give them to allies, slow speed up time, and is working on replacing all her fleshy bits with mithril clockwork. I'm super excited to share the art once it's done. That sounds super fun. I actually, see, oh god, I'm so, I almost want to play a game, like, with you, with the professor, because I would think I like the roleplay stuff, and the professor meeting a character like that would be super, super fun. Just being confused, like, how the fuck does this work? I don't know. $27! Thank you for rating. Hi everyone. If you don't know who I am, I'm Hannah. I am a leftist streamer. I cover chuds, sort of cringe stuff, and today we're covering conspiracy theories. Normally we do this on Tinfoil Tuesday, but I'm in the process of a move right now, which is why the office is very sparse. This is my new office I've yet to really set up. So yeah, we're watching Mike Lindell's 72-hour Cyber Symposium highlights. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. So, welcome. Give me a follow if you like what you see. And go check out $27 here on Twitch. Butternut Squash, thanks for a subscription, extending it through September. It really was a shit show, I know, right? It's hilarious and also scary that so many people believe this bullshit.
Gentlemen, with the information that you have revealed to us today, isn't this beyond the scope of our legislature? Isn't it time we bring the military in to stop the coup that has happened to our...
That's going to be a yikes from me.
Our country.
Yeah.
Do you know how much?
Well, again, I've talked about this before, but like, when I was a kid and I was in school and it was explained to me free speech and the First Amendment specifically, and how the First Amendment works and what the limits of the First Amendment were, I was told that basically your First Amendment extends infinitely except in cases of calls to violence or shouting fire in a crowded theater or libel slander type stuff. How in the world does calling for an armed insurrection or a military coup not fall into either calls for violence or fire in a crowded theater, right? You'd think it would count for one. I guess not, though. Maybe my kindergarten teacher was just a dumbass. I don't know.
Trust me, I have in my mind...
That was probably later than kindergarten. Second grade.
A dream scenario, and it sounds a lot like yours.
Gentlemen.
Jesus Christ. Princess Amelia says, bring in the military to do a coup to stop the coup. I am very intelligent. Aren't they?
Louder? Because there's going to be so much
problems with.
Mike Lindell isn't happy he wasn't labeled one of the top 10 repeat spreaders who disseminated false and or misleading narratives.
These are the people that they have problems with. Doug, go down to the place.
When was this published?
Let's see who's on the list. Project Veritas. Yeah, that makes sense. CD Media. Donald Trump. Ooh, Donald Trump's only number 3. I think that would probably upset him too. One American News. GOP War Room. Dr. Shiva. I'm going to mispronounce this. Ayadurai. Gateway Pundit. News Now from Fox. Steven Crowder. Ooh, Steven Crowder's on the list. Blaze TV, Judicial Watch, and Mr. Obvious. And they're going by, it appears to be... I hit the mic. It appears to be we're going through YouTube views, number of videos, tweets, etc., and something they're defining as incidents, which I assume is defined better in the paper as a whole. Steve the Q says, you might say it's a call for an uprising. I understood that reference because it's a reference to my show. Pyromancer says, stochastic terrorism shouldn't be considered free speech, right? See, I understand, like, that, I understand the slippery slope argument. If you just say that, then who defines what stochastic terrorism is? What counts? And there's always that concern that stuff like that will get turned on, like, how do I put this? Progressive or economically left-leaning activists, right? Policies get weaponized against legitimate activists all the time. So it is concerning, but it's also like, what do you do in cases of people like Mike Lindell or people who actively call for violence in sort of a sly way, air quotes or whatever? It's just tough. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
June 15th. But
Really?
it's looking at what occurred in the last 6 months from June 2020 to November 2020.
Look at that. I didn't even make the top 10.
Okay, go down. These are the people that they have problems with.
Yeah, Mike, people have to actually know who you are on more than, haha, I saw that guy parodied on Jimmy Kimmel. But to be on that list.
He was actually...
Mike Lindell introducing the woman who ran his mock elections. He says he doesn't want to know the details, just a cyber guy telling him what happened. Again, this is why I think Mike is also being scammed. I think the cyber guys he hired are taking money from him to do bullshit and lie to him. Mike Pillow is probably using again since he's so manic. It wouldn't surprise me. Andrew Dickerson says, hey Hannah, how was the move? New background, feel wrong, change bad. It's gonna change again. There's gonna be other stuff on the shelf, and it's gonna be positioned differently because I don't actually have a desk right now. Do you want to see how janky this setup is right now, guys? I'll show you. I'll straight up show you. This is gonna get closer on my face, and it's gonna look so much worse because I've been sweating all day through my makeup and everything. It's gonna be bad. But I'm wearing pants. They're just flesh toned. These are shorts. So this is the office. Right now, this is all my equipment. I literally dug the stuff out of the box. That's the bare minimum that I need in order to do the show. Lighting that's still not completely set up. So I'm literally on like a wheelie table that's supposed to be like for, and then that's my second monitor, and then this is my first one. Yeah, we're in a pretty iffy setup right now, but the illusion is broken. I'm no longer a professional. No, over the next month I'll be working on this. Stephen J. Neptune Man says, Stephen Crowder during the coup attempt. This is awful. I'm praying for the Democrats and Republicans to do something. The reptiles. Motherfucker, you're part of the reason this is happening. Or rather, the replies. Sorry, not the reptiles. Oddly enough, the reptilians did say similar things, though. We were very upset. TubeMan says, every time I see stuff like this, I'm further tempted to trick conservatives into giving me large sums of money. I'm doing better than the Cyber Symposium. That's a low bar. That's a low, low bar. So long as the content is quality, I'm good. Oh, I'm fucked. I gotta start making quality content. That wasn't part of the deal. When I signed up for a Twitch partnership, at no point did they say you have to make quality content. I just can't show my feet. Okay?
And she was actually running the mock election, right?
I was.
I went in there and I'm trying to go, okay, so, and she's getting into details with me. I says, I don't want to know the details. I just want a picture of a packet capture coming down and a cyber guy reading it and telling me what happened.
I don't know what happened. I just spent $15 million saying I do. I'm just going to play this again because it's good.
Ocean, white with foam. God bless
America, my home, sweet home.
Ocean, white with foam.
So bad.
Not director.
So this is the cybersecurity expert Mike's team had on stage.
She was former cybersecurity director at Sandia
No, not
National
director.
Labs.
Not director. Just a research engineer.
Oh, and so then she left there, and now she's in charge of cybersecurity.
No, not charge of cybersecurity.
Oh.
I'm an engineer.
Okay. She was
Wow, they really expected her to lie with them, huh? It's almost like other people have careers to protect. I mean, in fairness, if she has a career to protect, she shouldn't show up in the first place. But even she's like, I'm not going to outright lie about my position. Sarson says, oh, I work in IT and this makes my brain want to hide under the bed. Simple Cat Girl says, why wasn't Danzy invited to sing? I know, it's a travesty. She's just getting shafted constantly.
Gentlemen, with the information that you have revealed to us today, isn't this beyond the scope of our legislature? Yeah. Isn't it time we bring the military in to stop the...
Same one. Stupid.
A federal...
Okay, so this is a great moment. This is when a federal judge ruled during the second day of the event, I believe. I keep moving this and it's shaky, I'm sorry. During the second day of the event, a judge ruled in federal court that the defamation case against Lindell, Powell, and Giuliani could continue. All three of them were, I think, expecting it to get dismissed, or at least hoping it to get dismissed. It didn't, and the judge's ruling was actually pretty scathing against these three. So I don't think Mike Lindell's very happy about it, and it's hilarious to me that it happened right in the middle of his big event. So let's see his reaction.
The federal judge just put in this afternoon, Dominion Voting Systems can move forward with defamation lawsuits against Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell.
Are you just...
You've been judged. Suck it.
Reading this for the first time?
Can you believe that? The federal judge...
The funny thing is, even though I think... How do I put this? Even though I think colloquially, if I wanted to use that term, I think what Mike and Sydney and them did against Dominion, I think it defamed them. I would agree with that statement. But in the United States, defamation is really, really hard to prove. Just because we have really, really strong, like, speech laws and making sure people are allowed to say what they do. But man, Mike is making it as easy as possible. If Mike Lindell, let me put it this way, if Mike Lindell gets off absolutely scot-free from this and it's not like a technicality, then it's basically impossible to win a defamation case. Basically, if Mike Lindell and company win this and don't like get ruled on for defamation, then defamation does not exist in the United States. It's so fucked. Oh, and by the way, you know what's a good strategy? When the judge rules that your defamation case can move forward? Defaming the judge.
What this judge just did in Washington, D.C. is shameful to our country. He obviously, somebody got to him or he's part of this. I'll call him out right now. The timing of this is absolutely, you can't make this up, everybody. You can't make this up.
Accusing the judge on your case, and again, it might be a different judge than's on the actual case. This is just a judge ruling on whether or not the case can move forward. But accusing a federal judge of being paid off or part of some sort of deep state conspiracy for a ruling on a case involving you defaming someone else doesn't make you look great. Yeah, they're going to have to... The difficult thing with... Because Dominion is a public company and therefore a public figure in the legal sense, the bar for defamation goes up. So they basically have to prove actual malice, which means... How do I put this? They will have to prove on some level that not only did Mike Lindell intend to hurt Dominion, they have to on some level prove that he knew that that's what he was doing with misinformation. That's tough. I don't know, because he might genuinely be a crazy person. And if he's crazy and he really believes all this and they can't show, to the court, he knew what he was doing was bullshit, he could get away with it. Again, I'm not a lawyer. Don't assume the things I say are true. I'm telling you the information I've gotten from other sources, from actual lawyers.
Have this entrenched global elite.
Wow, that is really bad audio. That's not even from the thing. That's Sidney Powell. Oh, this is just cringe. Did you see this couple that owns a Trump store? As in a store that only sells Trump merchandise and Trump-related merchandise? A Hannah Legal Eagle collab would be amazing. Then get me a couple million more subs on YouTube and we'll talk. Oh yeah, Mike claimed he was Mike lied and said he was attacked at his hotel last night. It's possible someone came up to him and was like, "You're a dick." That's not an attack. That's just someone telling you you're a dick. Killjoy says, basically, Hannah, they have to prove that Mike's speech has cost them money due to blatant falsehood. They're going to lose money, and it's the election company because conservative states won't use them anymore. The amount of money they're asking is probably lowballed. I know about that. I didn't bring it up because I think they can show for a fact that they have lost money on this. It's more just the intentional malice part that's going to be tough. Logarth says, Hannah and Jake Symposium when? What would we even talk about? No.
Last night when I got to the hotel, I was attacked. And,
You love that I have a gavel hammer? It's not only a gavel hammer, this is and this is because I do the conspiracy stuff all the time, and the people I cover freak out about Freemasons. This is a Freemason gavel. You can buy these online. I assume people who are Freemasons use these in their meetings or something when they're doing a meeting to bring people to order. So yeah, Freemason gavel that says "Be Trippin'" on it.
Phil, here we're going to talk about where we're going today in light of this. So, Colonel, go ahead.
So, in addition to the red team,
Tube Man says, I'm telling you, all anyone needs is a t-shirt, imprinter, and a Trump PNG, and you just rake it in. See, you're competing against other grifters, though. There are grifters with more, like, initial startup capital that can make better grift t-shirts than you, though. Big Sweet Demon says, apparently 2 people came up to him at the elevator to get photos with him, but they acted strange and one apparently poked Mike with something sharp. That's it. I find that story sus, considering it's from Mike Lindell. Big Sweet Demon says, Mike doesn't say he was stabbed. He says that guy put his arm around him and the force put a sharp pain in his side. That's the attack. Oh, I missed bits too? Okay, sorry. How far back was it? GAW indeed is the Great Awakening. .win. Also, they now don't like Ron Watkins. They think he's incompetent, a shill. That's hilarious because he's literally Q. That's so funny.
started receiving credible threat warnings about 2 weeks ago. So we've had a close team. Close team is what we call somebody's working in the crowd and detecting threats.
It's just Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's doing ocular pat-downs.
I've been down this track with evil. And I've been in Mexico where they were cutting my head off. I've been down this track with evil. And I've been in Mexico where they were cutting my head off. I've been down.
What?
We get out of here and everyone's going to say, well, Mike, you know, when are they going to pull the election down? How do I know? How do I know?
I sent this one to Peter. I kind of wonder if he was upset with me for that. Because he's constantly, like, saying, like, Mike Lindell knows what he's talking about. He's close friends with Trump. He's not. And he's like, of course Mike Lindell knows around when this is going to happen. So I sent that clip to him. Peter still hasn't blocked me yet. But I don't think he's probably very happy with me. Oh, I'm not kidding. They literally played this song making fun of Trump at the Cyber Symposium. They played this multiple times.
Not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Not a bad.
This is the audio from, you can hear people cheering in the background and like, whatever. Because this is a video zoomed in from the Cyber Symposium.
It's a good thing.
The county has refused to produce the network routers. We want the routers, Sonny. The county refused to produce the network routers. Wendy, we gotta get those routers, please. Get up! If you think about cancel, everything about cancel culture, they want cancel culture. But what they don't want to do is anything having to do with the 2020 election.
Not a bad thing.
Again, they played this at a pro-Trump event, so... So, he's about to talk about the Gateway Pundit article, so we should probably read it. Actually, I need to go. That's the Daily Beast. Gateway Pundit Mike Lindell. We'll read this article real quick. That's the Milwaukee Journal one. Why can't I find the Gateway Pundit article? What the fuck? Okay, we'll look at the local one and then maybe they'll have a link. You get it. The former Wisconsin... Wait, is this? No, that's not even the right one. Why won't this come up? Gateway pundit Mike Lindell, cyber. God, did they pull it? That's so funny, because the Gateway Pundit's like a right-leaning source anyway, to my knowledge. Whatever, we'll do the Daily Beast, that's fine. They'll talk about it. MyPillow guy's cyber expert admits they have no proof of election hack. Well, it looks like the con is winding down. Trump boosting pillow salesman Mike Lindell had offered $5 million to anyone who showed up in his 3-day cyber symposium and could disprove his claims that China hacked the 2020 presidential election via voting machines. That offer's no longer on the table as of Wednesday evening, according to Josh Merritt, the MyPillow CEO's lead cyber expert. In an interview with the Washington Times on Wednesday, Merritt acknowledged that the data Lindell had long promised to reveal at this week's Symposium in South Dakota was bogus. Well, the pillow mogul has long boasted he had 37 terabytes of, quote, irrefutable evidence that revealed Chinese-backed hackers had broken into election systems in all 50 states and flipped votes from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. He delayed unveiling these packet captures, otherwise known as intercepted network traffic, or PCAPs, through the seminar. Throughout the first day of the symposium, several cyber experts who had traveled to Sioux Falls to attend in person and examine the packet captures had become frustrated and irritated that Lindell had failed to provide any data, with one attendee saying they'd only been showed, quote, random garbage that wastes our time. Oh, there's the article. Thank you. Lily Lovestuff says, oh, the Washington Times, that newspaper was founded by Peter's church founder's father. Oh, no. Ugh. Throughout the first day of the symposium, several cyber experts who had traveled to Sioux... I read that one. According to Merritt, that's because there was nothing to reveal. The packet captures are unrecoverable in the data, and the data as provided cannot prove a cyber incursion by China, he told the Times. So our team said, we're not going to say that this is legitimate if we don't have confidence in the information, Merritt said. Lindell had recently aired videos of incomprehensible text scrolling in the background, claiming that these were PCAPs he had received, and the video proof of widespread election fraud they contained would be so compelling the Supreme Court would vote 9-0 to reinstate Trump as president. Which isn't how that works, by the way. The blurred scrolling images appear to have been all for show. Another cyber expert, J. Kirk Weeb, told the Times that the text was likely meant to resemble what the packet captures would look like in the data set, but were not actual packet captures. The original source of the data, Dennis N. L. Montgomery, had supposedly suffered a stroke as the symptoms... Hold on, I think this is the guy that was the con artist. Let me look up this guy's name. Dennis L. Montgomery. Widespread election fraud. Dennis Lee Montgomery is an American software designer and former medical technician who sold to federal officials computer programs he claimed would decode secret Al-Qaeda messages hidden in Al Jazeera broadcasts and identify terrorists based on Predator drone videos. A 2010 Playboy investigation called Montgomery, quote, the man who conned the Pentagon, saying he won millions in federal contracts for a supposed terrorist-exposing intelligence software. The software is later reported to have been an elaborate hoax, and Montgomery's former lawyer called him a con artist and a habitual liar engaged in fraud. I don't have the highest opinion of the Pentagon. But if you can fool the Pentagon, you can fool a pillow salesman. So this is the source of the data, this con artist, who claimed he suffered a stroke as the symposium began and was not in attendance nor made available for contact through the first 2 days of the event. Montgomery initially came forward with the supposed packet captures after he spun a conspiracy theory that tools used by the CIA were being used to influence U.S. elections. New series by Chuck Tingle? Oh no. Thank you. I'll take a look later. Both Merritt and Krieb, both of whom have pushed claims of voter fraud, agreed that the data Montgomery sent didn't contain any packet captures and are useless in proving Lindell's conspiracy that China changed millions of votes. Merritt, however, said he still feels the data they were given contains important forensic proof that votes were manipulated, and he congratulated himself for what he was able to do with it. We were handed a turd, he told the Times, and I had to take that turd and turn it into a diamond. And that's what I think we did. Before becoming Lindell's lead cyber expert, Merritt had been pro-Trump lawyer Sidney Powell's secret, quote, military intelligence expert in her Kraken lawsuits, alleging foreign actors had used Dominion voting machines to steal votes from Trump. Merritt, known as, quote, Spider in Powell's court filings, is an information technology consultant and an Army veteran. However, he never completed an entry-level training course for military intelligence and was not an intelligence analyst. All of Powell's cases, he offered expert testimony and were tossed out of court. In addition to promises of big reveals that Lindell would not back up and complaints that Fox News is ignoring him, the flop of a conference in Sioux Falls has been beset by bad news. The start of the event, which was delayed by technical issues, coincided with the revelation that Dominion voting systems had hit far-right networks, One American News Network and Newsmax, with billion-dollar defamation lawsuits. If Dominion takes down One America News or Newsmax or both, then they will have done more for American democracy than, like, the last 8 presidents combined. And just hours before Merritt acknowledged that Lindell had no proof to back up his election lies, the judge dealt a brutal blow to Lindell, denying the Pillow King's motion to dismiss Dominion's $1.3 billion lawsuit over his claims the company rigged the election. So that's the context here. Basically, articles came out that showed that the claims Mike is claiming are just bullshit, even by the people he hired. Even people who willingly worked with Sidney Powell on her bullshit lawsuits is now saying, no. The things he's saying are bullshit. Simple Cat Girl says, hate this guy, but that hustle, though, no. I refuse to respect the hustle when the hustle is terrible. If you have a hustle and you're a good person and you do good things for people and don't take advantage of people, great, that's awesome. If you are scamming people, I don't respect the hustle. Fuck you. D with Goblin says, hey Hannah, I have to head off to work. Sydney is still locked down, nearly 400 new cases today, and we're sending in the military to enforce stay-at-home orders. It's pretty bleak, so I appreciate you and your stream for making lockdown bearable. I hope you're doing okay, truly. I saw Tim Pool bitching about that. Meanwhile, he's an anti-vaxxer, or a vaccine skeptic. So that's fun. Big Sweet Demon says, wouldn't it be hilarious if Dominion leveled the right-wing media field and all just to protect their bottom line? The market's at work! If that happens for a week, I'll just be Adam Smith. I'll just dress up like Adam Smith and suck off the invisible hand. Oh, so this is him talking about the article that, you know, said, oh, this is bullshit, and the person you hired said so.
Just came out. It's Gateway Pundit. It's by Larry Johnson. And what he said, he goes, one of Mike Lindell's cyber experts bailed on the China hack theory earlier this week and spoke with the media. Why now? He goes down to say the cyber expert on the red team hired by Mike Lindell now says the key data underpinning the theory that China had attacked our election unveiled at the cyber symposium is illegitimate. That's a lie. Okay? China did it. Okay? It's a lie. So we're deflecting.
I like that he doesn't say that. He's not saying the claims his former employee or contractor said were lies. He's just saying that's a lie because China hacked the election. The selective speech I find interesting.
This lie, and we're checking into it. The red team's checking into this Larry Johnson. It sounds like he's CIA. And is that correct? Right, that's the word we're getting. So
the guy who wrote a negative article about us must be CIA. Obviously. Lil Monty says, with 1,000 bits, keep doing what you do. You also give me hope for the greater good. I appreciate that. I don't know why. But I appreciate it. Big Sweet Demon says, LMAO, you mean capitalism saved us? It's like the ending to Jurassic Park when, like, the T-Rex is bad and he'll eat you, but then there are raptors there that are going to eat you even more and in a more evil, intentional way. So the T-Rex comes in and he eats the Velociraptor and gives you time to escape, to live another day. That's the scenario we're in.
January 6th. No, I wasn't there, media, but I'll tell you what. If you don't think that was, whether it was a setup, which I believe it was, that's my opinion, subjective, but I will tell you this, evil was involved in that.
Anyone who claims January 6th was a fraud or a setup is so weird at this point because they've arrested hundreds of people. We know who these people are. You can see their social media accounts going back years. We know who these people were that were doing it. They were Trump supporters. There's no getting around that. Daddy Sume says, for all the shit I give you, Hannah, I love being part of this community. You're wonderful and the only streamer I watch. Oh, that's sweet. Pyromancer says, yep, because meanwhile, capitalism has caused climate change. Yeah, well, that's where the Jurassic Park sequels come in. I'll come up with a metaphor for those later. Big Sweet Demon says, capitalism is whatever fucked up thing Eggman makes in Sonic games that he eventually loses control of and have to destroy it with Sonic. Okay. I think Surus would enjoy that metaphor more than myself. Kitty Kilt says, turns out the other data they did show off were IP addresses shown as hexadecimal because they thought that's how cyber people like to view data. I don't know anything about computer programming or what the fuck hexadecimal is, but it sounds funny, so that's good. Daddy Sume says, I know you hate me, but don't worry, I love you, Hannah. I want your feet. Alright, okay, you're getting timed out. That's a paddling. Wait, why don't I have where's my timeout button? Why won't it work? Hold on. I shouldn't say that's a paddling. I think you'd like that. Hold on. My timeout button's not showing up. One sec. Thanks, Baja. Hex is a way of displaying numbers in base 16. Ah, I gotcha. There we go. Sorry, the DPI in my mouse got switched. I accidentally hit the button. Alan Dershowitz talks about the Dominion lawsuit against Mike Lindell. It would appear Dominion is pretty confident in their stance. Alan Dershowitz, that sounds familiar. Is he Lindell's lawyer? Hold on. Yeah, he's a lawyer. I assume he's maybe defending Mike. Maybe he's not his lawyer, but he's just a lawyer. Who knows? Someone knows. I don't know. I should make that clear. Chrysius says hex code is used for Mac afresh. I don't know computer things. I don't know the cyber guys. I know less about the cyber than Mike Lindell. I just know how to use the programs I use to make this stream function. Maps and Mimics, thanks for 7 months, says, almost stream baby, time to start thinking about names. But no, for real, I love the stream as always. Well, thank you. Pyromancer says, it would have been hilarious if they had all this data in binary.
So the case against Mike and MyPillow will go forward, but it can only go forward if Dominion is now willing to show the world the mechanisms that it used. Because the claim is that Mike Lindell and MyPillow...
Yeah, they're going to do discovery, and I'm sure they're willing to provide to the court anything they have to. They're in the right here.
Made statements false. The only way to prove that is to look at the way Dominion operated its voting.
Okay, they probably will, and assuming the case goes to trial, which at this point it probably will, I don't think Mike Lindell is going to settle. I think he's too, for that. But I'm sure they're willing to go out and say, okay, we'll show... How do I put this? There are cases in the law where there are trade secrets on the line, or whatever, if that's what he's concerned about. If he's like, well, Dominion doesn't want to reveal, how their machines work for company secrets, they can do that with the court, and they can do that in such a way that information is not necessarily made public, but the court and the jury, if a jury is involved in this trial, can understand it, and they'll have, because of the nature of what's going on, they probably have testimony from experts on voting machines and voting security and stuff come and testify about these machines. Because, you know, your average jury member and even your judge isn't going to understand that stuff because it's not their line of work, probably. So, it's either that or this guy, this Dershowitz guy, he's speaking at this, so he might be a dipshit. I shouldn't say dipshit. He's probably not, he's a lawyer. He's probably not stupid. He might be an asshole. I saw an article, something about Epstein. Did he defend Epstein? Anyway, point I'm trying to make is, yeah, Dominion knows how lawsuits work. They have a legal department.
Maybe. So the case.
Oh, that crowd claps at basically anything.
One of the greatest things of Donald Trump when I met him was he was so common sense. It was common sense. He just, okay, here's a problem, here's a solution. But he had a gift of knowing what it's going to manifest to help all people. One of the greatest
Wowzers. I've never heard anyone describe Donald Trump as common sense. That's terrible. Or am I in my new office? Yes. It's very rough right now. It's empty, but yes. This is the physical location of my new office. Oh yeah, this is funny.
Some of my kids that are liberals, I said, they're not idiots. They have, a lot of them, a lot of the things over here, they've been brainwashed by what? The media, the fake news. Some of my kids that are liberals, I said.
Mike Lindell's poor kids that aren't pieces of shit. Like, how frustrating must that be, you know? Do they even talk to their dad anymore? David Clements, a law professor at New Mexico State University, compares drug trafficking to vote trafficking.
Think local drug trafficking organizations and also from the global view. So we start off here with Maricopa County, vote trafficking. We've got some vote trafficking going on.
What does that even mean? Vote trafficking? That's not a thing. Lily Love Stuff says Alan Dershowitz is a scumbag lawyer. He was a friend of Epstein, and I'm pretty sure it was Epstein's lawyer who got him the deal where he was in the cushiest of prison conditions. Yeah, fuck him. Pyromancer says, get that sweet pillow empire inheritance. And let me be clear. Since we have an adversarial justice system, which, you know, it is what it is, that's fine. I do believe that every defendant should have zealous advocates. You know, I believe if you, even if you're guilty, you should have a lawyer that's going to do their best to get you the fairest situation possible. Whether for you, if that's like a plea deal or whatever, if they want to litigate the case. Whatever. Great. But that doesn't mean, how do I put this? Every lawyer is going to come across guilty clients, you know? Everyone, I'm sure, wants the innocent client. Everyone wants the client who was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that's not how it happens. People do commit crime, and those people need lawyers, right? So when you're a lawyer and you need to defend guilty people, it's a rough situation. But you do it, and you do your best. As a zealous advocate, that's what you need to do. But if you're a lawyer who, like, makes your fucking job out of, like, I'm gonna find the shittiest shitty people and just, like, make sure that they don't get the justice that's deserved of them, you're kind of a fucking scumbag. You know? Just saying. Big Sweet Demon says, this man's presentation was a half-hour discussion of two true crime murders, and this clip was the culminating argument. God. Speedy Yoshi with a link, we'll look at it later. Princess Amelia says, well, Hannah, you take the votes, you move them somewhere else, things happen, and Biden wins by millions. Simple.
Fulton County. Where else are we headed? Oh, looks like we're heading to Philadelphia. We had some major...
So, because there's drug trafficking in certain cities, that has what to do with votes?
Major vote trafficking there.
But this isn't vote trafficking. You're showing hotspots for drug trafficking, many of which are in major cities, which makes sense. In terms of a business, you know, if you're trafficking drugs, you're going to probably do it in major cities where you can offload product to distributors.
Come over here to...
Yeah, Detroit looks like probably, is that Milwaukee over there in Wisconsin?
Is that Michigan? Is that Wayne County? I think we had some vote...
His whole point is that drug trafficking centers happen in city environments, in urban environments. Yeah, that's where the customers live. Oh, this is a bad argument even for them. Pyromancer says, all the cool kids are snorting ground-up ballots. Get high off democracy.
Vote trafficking there. Head over to Wisconsin, and you're starting to see all of these different vote trafficking organizations.
They're not vote trafficking! They're trying to sell cocaine to your children, not change the election. Oh, hold on. If you're letting the cats in, I move the vent. Shoot, this thing keeps closing.
It's because you push on it when you grab it from the bottom.
There we go. You are safe, kitty. Sorry, I took the grate off the vent so the air could get in better. Cool Sage says, can confirm, I'm currently in Milwaukee and I'm selling cocaine and votes to children. Have you seen Rich Evans lately? Don't give him drugs. He has enough.
Around the globe, but they answer to someone else. China.
China! That's a hilarious argument, honestly. That's pretty funny. Hey, Lou. That's Mike Lindell's girlfriend. Oh, she looks so concerned!
Aww.
She genuinely looks like she's saying, like, Mike, are you okay? Like, Mike. Oh, no, Mike. Caption this image!
That's so sad.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, everybody, Fox is key to this. They have a huge worldwide audience. We need to demand that they at least start talking and start telling what's going on in our country. And I'm talking to you, Sean Hannity, Tucker, and Laura Ingraham.
Daddy Sume says hi, Baja, and posts a link. Goodbye, Daddy Sume. Time out.
What did he do?
He just keeps, every time he comes back from getting banned, he posts this Power Rangers video. I need to genuinely set like a specific number of strikes starting now, and then I'm gonna ban Daddy Sume after them for annoying me.
All three of you, what are your jobs that important? Is your country more important?
That's right.
Just say it tonight.
That's right.
Just say it. It's your duty. Just start speaking out tonight. If you, and we'll have your back if they do something. OAN will hire you. And Newsmax.
Right.
We the people will hire you.
Right.
Good Lord. Yes, I'm sure Sean Hannity would like to leave his multi-million-dollar contract to go and work at Newsmax. Ender92 says, Hannah, I don't know what to do. I've been talking to this guy on my Discord, and he was just a random ad from a board. We've been talking for a few weeks, and I really like him, but last night he said he loved me. What do I do? Oh, God. I don't know. I'm not a relationship. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean he said he loved you?
What kind of context? Like,
What's the context? Yeah.
like, oh, I love you a little bit. Like, you said something funny, like, oh, I love you. Like,
Or was he like, I have to tell you something. I love you.
you just set some boundaries.
Tellurian Catron says Mike Lindell 100% wants to collapse dramatically on stage, just like Jimmy Stewart and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Princess Amelia says, after 10,000 years I'm free. It's time to well, I can do better than that. After 10,000 years I'm free! Time to conquer Earth!
You scared Cassia.
Cassia, I just escaped from a space dumpster, okay? I'm gonna get excited about it.
Stand. Where's Ben Shapiro? Right. Where's Ben Shapiro? Right. Dan Bonacino, they're calling you out. But go Dan Bonacino, they're calling you out.
I don't care if I get fired. That's why I don't care if I get killed. That's why I don't care about any of this.
You don't care if you get killed because of your children? Most people, it's the opposite.
Snake news outlets out there that won't even cover this. We know who you are. That's why the cowards...
Pyromancer says, how about the big question, where's Trump? Yeah, I thought they were close friends, right? Ender92 says, no, he said, quote, hey man, you're pretty great. I really like talking to you. Shit, I think I might even love you. Ooh. Also, I know you aren't the love guru, but I'm not out to my family or other friends as Pan, so I don't really have anyone else to talk to. Sorry. Yeah, that's a little intense to start out, isn't it? Not long. Let me see what the first message said. I don't remember the specific date. Oh, just says talking to this guy in the Discord. You know, I'm not going to give advice on that one. I don't think it's fair to me to give advice. I have no expertise on this.
I mean,
okay, here's what I would do in the situation. This is not advice, this is just what I would do. I'd probably be like, in further conversation, be like, hey, that thing you said the other day, like, you know, especially if you actually do like him, be like, you know, I like you too, I like talking, but like, it's a bit much to say that you love me. We've never even met, really. We talk online and that's fun and whatever, but I don't know, it just feels like you're kind of moving very fast emotionally, and that's, you know, a bit much. I don't know. Or run away, whatever.
Wearing the triple mask up there. That's why you can't intimidate us. That's why.
There were state representatives and senators, president, and Mike Lindell's cyber symposium. 1 from Kansas, 2 from New Hampshire, 3 from Montana, 2 from North Dakota, 1 from Virginia, 2 from Washington, 1 from Nevada, 1 from Utah, 1 from Missouri, 1 from Iowa, 1 from Rhode Island, 1 from South Dakota, Wisconsin, Arizona, Alaska, Colorado, and Oregon. Well, not a Michigan one. Not a Michigan one. Right now. Ender92, sorry, I didn't mean to make it weird. I just really respect you and have that weird streamer-viewer relationship with y'all. It's fine. You also didn't have to give me 1,000 bits for that. That's okay. But, you know, I wish you luck with that. That's always tough.
I would just, my advice is just be like, hey, what did you mean, like, by this? Like, if you like them, just, you know, just be like, just talk about it.
Mm-hmm. This is Amanda Chase. She's running for governor of Virginia. So that's fun. She was at the symposium supporting Mike.
And I'm Virginia State Senator Amanda Chase, former candidate for governor in Virginia.
That's a fun way of saying loser of a governor election.
I'm going to run again someday.
I didn't... See, that's always weird to me. I kind of understand in a presidential election because there's so many people who tend to run for president. The field, especially during... The field during the primaries can be pretty swamped. And, you know, plenty of people have run for president before, lost, and then come back and won. Joe Biden's an example. There are others. You get it. Running for governor multiple times, it's kind of a smaller field. I feel like, you know... The state kind of decided they clearly don't like you, so maybe give it a rest and find some other position to run for. Maybe instead of state senate, just like a senator or even a congressional representative.
Probably after November, start my campaign again. But I currently represent the great state of Virginia, and I'm honored to be here with you all and spearheading the Election Integrity Caucus.
The Election Integrity Caucus. In the Virginia State Senate. Lily Lovestuff says she would need to win Nova, Northern Virginia. And trust me, she wouldn't be able to win Northern Virginia even with Loudoun County acting a fool with CRT and trans rights. That's good to know. Oh yeah, Mike Lindell has a bodyguard now because what he claimed he was attacked at the hotel.
Now I got to go around with a bodyguard for who knows how long. And I don't like bodyguards.
Wait, what? What does Mike Lindell have against bodyguards? That's a weird thing to say. Imagine if... See, even if I didn't like bodyguards, and I'm neutral on bodyguards, it's just like a job, you know? Imagine having a bodyguard and being hired as a bodyguard and hearing the guy you've been paid to guard say, I don't like bodyguards. Who does that? Nobody says, came here from Jake's stream, love both his and your content. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I like to have the American freedom to drive around, to do what I want.
That's kind of the point of a bodyguard. They'll take you places or whatever, right?
I called her Cass.
Not worried to be able to take pictures with people. This morning I had a guy come up to my window and I couldn't. I said, no, I can't. Not because I fear, because of what happened. And he goes...
So you're afraid. That's fear. A prior experience is now causing anxiety in you and keeping you from taking actions that remind you of that previous event. That's fear. And I'm not using that as a dirty word. It's fine to be afraid. If Mike was genuinely attacked by someone, I don't think that's cool. I think he's a dick, and I think he should be held legally responsible for his malfeasance. But no, you shouldn't attack him. But like, there's nothing wrong with being like, yeah, I was attacked, and I'm now concerned about my safety, and I'm afraid of that, so I got a bodyguard. Even in this moment, he has to be like, no, I'm not afraid. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
And if you still have your Vimeo and YouTube, you're not talking, and you're not talking. Good indicator. You're not. That's it. If you have them two out there, you're not doing what you could for this country, and that's fact. That is fact. If you still have your
check out my YouTube channel, link in the chat. And that brings us up to speed. That was basically Mike Lindell's Cyber Symposium. Bunch of shit. Really, really, really weird, pointless shit. Obviously, nothing happened. There was no evidence presented. Just weird conspiracy bullshit. Fun to watch, though. Mike Lindell is having a mental breakdown on a national stage. You're standing in front of... Oopsie. Is having a mental breakdown on the national stage, and I am here for it. So... we'll keep an eye on Mike and how he continues to do as, I'm excited for Peter's reaction. He's released a video, but it's not about that.
Girls Court Subways.
This, in fact, I think he released... where did it go? It's short, so we'll watch it right now. He released this August 9th. So this is just before the Symposium. So this is another Peter attempt at comedy. It's probably not going to be great. Let's check it out.
Let's see what's on the news here. Biden's still president. I love you, Biden.
Hold on, I gotta turn this up and go back. Big Sweet Demon says, also, those 37 terabytes of proof they have, apparently someone put malware in the only copy they have, which is why they didn't have it.
Let's see what's on the news.
I like his phone case. Non sequitur, but just wanted to bring it up. Tombman says, hey Hannah, have you seen what DeSantis is doing here in Florida? He decided the best way to fight COVID is to be treated with Regeneron antibodies as treatment that at minimum cost $1,500. I live in a hell state. Well, he's probably killed enough of his constituents that he'll lose the next election, so that'd be good.
Is here. Biden's still president. I love you, Biden. This is so great. Oh my.
This is what Peter thinks we do all day.
Oh my gosh, those Republicans need to accept defeat because Biden is my president, okay? Oh my gosh, look at this. More conspiracy theories. Oh my gosh, they're delusional. I'm gonna make some videos about these crazy Republicans.
That one's accurate, at least from my perspective. Nobody says, I'm donating this so you can definitely see this question. Did Peter get a couch? He already had a couch. He did. I've seen this room before. He's done live streams from there, and we one of the conversations we had, he was in this room.
Oh, life is so amazing. This is so.
This next part's gonna be really bad. I already saw the. Oh no.
Yes.
Several months later.
Oh no! Don't use the SpongeBob thing, Peter.
Let's see what's on CNN. What? No.
I like that Peter's resorted to just writing fan fiction at this point. He should probably stick with it. Maybe put his content on a Wattpad.
That can't be. Are you kidding me? No! This can't be happening. No, it can't be happening. No! I need to talk to my therapist. No. I need to talk to my therapist. This can't be happening.
Does Peter think therapy is bad? Because he's mentioned therapists in a joking context twice. That would make a lot of sense. Peter, please, for the love of God, get therapy. Like, Peter, I've made fun of you, and in fairness, a lot of that was a little mean. But I genuinely care about your mental health, Peter. Please, please, if you love your family, seek a therapist. And not one that's connected to, like, the whole gun cult you're a part of. Like, a real therapist.
What's going on? What's going on? This can't be.
Someone's a link, sure.
Dear God, I prayed for all the patriots that are fighting.
Peter, this is not Republicans present day. This is you present day, literally on video. But he apparently thinks this is Republicans present day.
Dear God, I pray.
Princess Amelia says, so much of talking to Peter seems like, if not for yourself, then for your kids, right?
For all the patriots that are fighting to save the world. I know that everything will work out totally fine, and I trust you and I trust the plan. Thank you for all these blessings. And please, hurry up the plan. Thank you.
Hurry up the plan so I can stop making these cringy, embarrassing YouTube videos. Logart says, are Peter's brainworms finally hatching? I don't know.
Amen.
Several months later.
Let's see what's on the news. Ah, already. Thanks, God. You were fast.
He's so fast that Peter made multiple predictions going back all the way to, like, January, and they all didn't come true.
That is great.
This is such sad cope. Oh, no.
Oh, man. I'm gonna have to comfort all my Democrat friends now. Alright, let's get started on it. Woo! Yes! That was sooner than I thought. Yes!
Damn. You know, honestly, what would have made this better if Peter wore, like, a wig in the first section and he was pretending to be me? That would have been better.
So soon.
This has big, hey God, it's me, Margaret energy. Don't sully Judy Blume like that.
Justice is coming. Woof! It's payback time.
Oh, that's Peter! Oh, no! Let's listen to that last part again.
Soon. Justice is coming. Woof! It's payback time.
Oh, no. Princess Amelia says, wow, so fast, an omnipotent being taking at least 10 months to do literally anything. Has he not realized this is literally how he's been acting since December? I think Peter needs to see a therapist and a psychiatrist. This is literally how Republicans already acted when Trump lost. Yeah. That's fucking awesome. Oh boy. It's hashtag meltdown, hashtag liberal meltdown, hashtag leftist tantrum. That's a good one. I'm excited to see Peter's reaction to the Lindell thing, because I guarantee there's no way. Peter's been building up the Lindell cyber symposium for months, so there's like zero chance in his brain that he's going to admit that it was like a hilarious shit show. He's going to be like, guys, that was the most amazing truth bomb ever. Like nuclear, like Hiroshima. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be hilarious. Nobody says, as far as conservative comedy goes, I can at least understand what they're attempting a joke. What is the joke here? The joke is that liberals are whiny crybabies when they lose, but when Republicans are losing, they're very calm and just pray to God. Don't pay attention to the fact that I've covered dozens of hours of Republicans and right-wingers like Peter freaking the fuck out over Trump losing the election. This is probably a good time, since we're talking about Peter and his family. I mean, this is non sequitur. This has nothing to do with anything. Never mind. California dad kills his kids over QAnon and serpent DNA conspiracy theories, feds claim. A California surfing school owner who was charged with killing his 2 children in Mexico is a follower of QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories who thought the children were, quote, "We're going to grow into monsters, so he had to kill them," federal officers alleged. Matthew Tucker Coleman, 40, was charged Wednesday with foreign murder of U.S. nationals in connection with the death of his 2-year-old son and his 10-month-old daughter, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California. Authorities said Coleman confessed to the killings and told the FBI he used a spearfishing gun to stab them. Keirthan says, when I first saw this headline, I was so scared it was going to be Peter. Yeah, no kidding. Empty the Tank says, fell asleep, just woke up to Peter having a fake tantrum. Yeah. It was a fake tantrum. That's really how he feels right now, but he's pretending to hide it behind 15 layers of irony. We've all been there. A criminal complaint alleges that he told the FBI that he killed his children because he believed they were going to grow into monsters, and that conspiracy theories led him to believe that his wife had passed down her serpent DNA onto the children. That's ridiculous. As a reptoid, I have to tell you that the non-reptoid DNA is the dominant genetics. So, although if you get 2 people with recessive reptilian DNA, you gotta do a whole Punnett square. Coleman's wife, identified only by her initials, contacted Santa Barbara police after her husband had taken the kids out on Saturday but didn't tell her where they were going. The complaint said she grew concerned after he failed to respond to her messages, and knowing that her husband didn't have a car seat with him, she called the police. A missing persons report was filed Sunday, and officers asked her to use Apple's Find My iPhone feature to see whether she could find Coleman. The complaint said the program showed Coleman's last known location in Rosarito, Mexico. Police alerted the FBI to the investigation as it became a case of suspected parental kidnapping. Coleman was detained Monday after an inspection by Border Protection agents of his van upon his re-entry into the United States, where agents didn't see his children and found blood in the vehicle, authorities said. This is just, like, really sad. The complaint alleges that Coleman confessed to the killings upon being interviewed Monday and gave authorities the location of the murder weapon and the discarded bloody clothing. He also identified 2 bodies recovered by Mexican authorities as those of his children. A judge ordered that Coleman be held without bond Wednesday and scheduled his arraignment for August 31st. According to the complaint, Coleman said that he knew that what he did was wrong, but that it was, quote, "it was the only course of action that would save the world," end quote. Serpent DNA is likely a reference to the lizard people conspiracy theory, which was falsely purports that reptilian aliens secretly run the world and have taken over important positions in government, banking, and Hollywood. The complaint says Coleman told authorities he learned about serpent DNA through QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories, even though the lizard people conspiracy theory predates both by several decades. The believers in each conspiracy theory have melded together over the last several years because conspiracy theory influencers and algorithms on social media frequently lump the theories together. QAnon is a more recent conspiracy theory premised on the belief that a similar global cabal at the top of the U.S. government is secretly murdering and eating children, and that Donald Trump was quietly working to defeat them during his time in office. Anthony Quinn Warner, who bombed his own RV outside an AT&T building in Nashville, Tennessee on Christmas Day, claimed that lizard people were taking over Hollywood and the U.S. government. Warner died, and 3 other people were injured. Yeah. So that's, shitty. And, you know, I joke about Peter a lot because this is, you know, I try and give people information in this show through...
Station, and look...
Sorry. I try and give people information through this show in sort of a humorous way because it makes it entertaining, and I think you're more likely to watch something and learn about the topic at hand if you kind of make it silly and irreverent and stuff. It's an intentional choice, although it is also just my personality. But it is something I am intentionally doing most of the time. But this, the Peter situation and people like Peter, it's a genuine concern. If you can believe complete absurdity, you can take atrocious action. You can do terrible crimes. Because in your head, even though it's irrational to people who are thinking normally, if you have a completely disconnected from reality sense of what's right and wrong and going on, then even though you think what you're doing is right, you can do a terrible, evil, evil thing. I forget who said it. I think it was in regard to, like, fascism during World War II, but it was something along the lines of people who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities, right? I would imagine, and again, I know this is sort of a Godwin's Law thing, but it's a good example here. If you just had your average German person prior to... How do I put this? If you took your average German person in the 1920s or something, let's even say prior to German economic collapse after World War II, or after World War I, rather. Sorry, there was also collapse after World War II, but we're talking about pre-World War II. And before the widespread anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that Jewish bankers had come in to undermine the Rhineland and all that, you know, Goebbels, Hitler nonsense, they would be not super inclined to exterminating all Jewish people, I would imagine. But you have a concerted effort to make people believe that these people are their enemy. Absurdities like, oh, this cabal of, you know, Jewish whatever, are secretly undermining our economy, and they're trying to destroy real red-blooded Germans and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, doing the unthinkable becomes the logical conclusion to the problem that's fake, but has been fed to you as real. So, like, for Peter, I don't think Peter's the kind of person, for instance, that would normally say, like, I want the military to come in and kill American citizens. Right? I don't think he is. I don't think he's an evil person at heart in the sense of, like, intentional malice. I do, however, think that he has been grifted and convinced by people that these innocent people, in fact, are evil. He's been told and believes that these people are cartoon supervillains acting in real life. That these are satanic witches, wizards, child-eating, child-molesting murderers. Of course, in that situation, the reasonable, rational thing to do would to think to yourself, someone has to do something no matter what, because this is absolutely the most evil thing that's ever happened on Earth, you know? But it's not true. So what you end up with is Peter and people like him asking the government and government officials to target innocent people under false pretenses. It's not good. It's not good. Logarth says, those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. Voltaire. Yeah. Bumble Homestead says, Hannah's like Bill Nye, but instead of science, it's baffling absurdities and unspeakable horrors. Comparing me to Bill Nye is probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. That's not an that's an unironic statement. That's genuinely nice of you. I don't think it's true, but it's nice of you. Thank you. This is a cleanse someone sent me, I guess.
Did you know, on Google Earth, if you're standing in front of Earl's Court subway station and look to the left, you can see a blue police box right here. And if you move your mouse...
I've seen
to where
this.
the arrow is
I actually knew this, and I've done this. I haven't seen this TikTok, but I did know this as an Easter egg. It's cute.
pointing at the police box and click, you'll be transported inside the time machine from Doctor Who. Really cool. Did you know?
I kind of wish they'd update it with the newer TARDIS, but
if you're
I get it.
in front
It's
of
just a little
Earl's
Easter
Court
egg.
Subway station and
Yeah, a lot of people at Google are nerds, so you get Easter eggs like that sometimes. That's not what I wanted to click. This is a clip from Mike. I don't know what he's talking about here. Oh, that's quiet.
To you with the most important commercial that I've ever done.
This is still super quiet. I'm sorry. Hold on.
All of you know what my pillow. I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm coming to you with the most important commercial that I've ever done. All of you know what my pillow and myself have gone through in the last 5 months in my efforts to bring the truth forward. Well, it's all come down to this. I'm having a cyber symposium on...
Look at the painting he has. It's Jesus hanging out with Aslan. Which is weird, because Aslan is just a metaphor for Jesus. It would... what is this even akin to? I'm trying to come up with a comparison where a fictional character meets who they're based on. I don't know, but it's kind of funny. Big Sweet Demon says, I've never made but one prayer to God, a very short one. Oh Lord, make my enemies ridiculous, and God granted it, Voltaire. I assume after that he drank some absinthe or whatever classy thing he did. Daddy Sume says, did I miss talking about Peter? You did.
August 10th, 11th, and 12th. This historical event will be live streamed 72 hours straight on my new platform, Frank's the Cyber Support. Come now.
That's actually... Oh, look, My Pillow flash sale. They're always having a flash sale. Oh, this was just something I was looking at on my own, but it's funny. Report, Matt Gaetz' wingman has given the feds years of Venmo transactions and thousands of photos and videos. I hope this is true. If they can take down Gates for being a fucking predator, oh, beautiful year. Palpatine and Hitler, that's a good one, actually, yeah. Yep. It'd be like if Palpatine met Hitler. Another short cleanse.
Black cat bring good luck, not bad luck. I have black cat, see him face, and I'm not dead today. Good luck. Black cat bring good luck, not bad luck. I have black cat, see him face.
In the book, Aslan is literally Jesus. It's not a metaphor at all. Oh. I haven't read the books. I've seen the movies. I saw, like, the old... I gotta rewatch these someday. I haven't seen, like, the Disney Chronicles of Narnia. Playing Witch and the Wardrobe. Were these BBC productions? Yes! I used to have the VHS when I was a kid of the BBC's Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe adaptation, I think. I was all about that shit. Yeah, the beaver is played by just like a guy in a beaver suit. Nobody says, I'm not dead. Sounds like what a dead person would say. No. I gotta rewatch this. Did they do the other ones? Like, I know they did, you know, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but did they end up doing any of the... Did the BBC produce any of the sequel book adaptations? Just curious. They did the first 4? Oh, that's cool. The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of This Bitch. I gotta do this for a sec, because I was sent a cover to a Chuck Tingle book, and those are always iffy. Yeah, oh, that's fine. Trans Wizard, Harriet Porber, and the Theater of Love, an adult romance novel. by Chuck Tingle. I gotta read you guys some Chuck Tingle excerpts at some point. He's so funny. Trans wizard Harriet Porber should be riding high after crafting one of the most powerful spells of all time. A magical effect that brings you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. Unfortunately, once unleashed upon the world, this spell causes nothing but chaos and is promptly banned. Blacklisted from the wizarding community. Harriet moves to Las Vegas with her bad boy, Parasaurolophus husband, Snape, moping around while Snape performs musical residency. But things change when the couple realize another book is starting a sequel, and soon enough, Harriet is rediscovering her love of magic with the help of her old friends and mysterious new arrivals. Now Harriet is ready to stage her comeback magic show, affectionately titled The Theater of Love. Of course, this plan is easier said than done. A mega corporation named Just Kidding Recreation holds sway over all Las Vegas entertainment, using lawsuits and intimidation to squash the competition, and while a hypnotist serpent named the Great Magini insists she's there to help, it quickly becomes apparent her plans are much more sinister. Can trans wizard Harriet Porber thwart the dastardly plots of J.K. Recreation and the Great Magini? Maybe not on her own, but with a group of like-minded friends by her side, Harriet is about to discover the fourth wall-breaking strength of whole communities speaking truth to power and standing up against hate in the name of love. I love Chuck Tingle. Funny. Daddy Sume says, see, I'm a positive part of chat. I am a net positive, even with my shitty jokes. Remove your lips from my butt, Daddy Sume. I see you're trying to gain favor. Chrysia says, the fourth Narnia adaptation was so bad that the BBC abandoned any plans to do it in perpetuity. Oh, well, I have to watch it now. Okay. Is there anything else I wanted to cover today? I'll save this for... Someone sent this as a cleanse, I think. I'll save this under my cleanses for another time. Alright, yeah. Let's raid someone, shall we? Thank you, everyone. I know I normally don't stream this late, so I really appreciate you guys showing up. What's tomorrow? Friday? I should be back tomorrow. I don't know when I'll have the opportunity to stream. It might be another late one. Again, schedules are kind of weird because working on moving during the day, and I have electrolysis tomorrow during the day, so probably going to be busy. But we'll do something tomorrow night. And over the weekend, I'm going to try and do stuff, but at least one of the days I'm going to be gone from here entirely, because I still got to go back to my old place and pick up some more stuff. So, you know. It's a whole thing. Oh, Jake's live.
Lose, huh?
Oh, he's playing a game, though.
It's gotta be like a shop or...
Down the road, but we do. He's like, he wants to be like, he wants to do...
He is absolutely a
shitty son. Liv is talking about the Cyber Symposium thing. So that's a good transition, right? From one thing about this to the other. Alright, have a good night, everyone. You're all wonderful. I'm gonna go eat and probably grab a quick shower, because I am disgusting. So, have a good night, everyone. I'm gonna enjoy our new home, and I will... catch y'all on the flip side. Do people still say that? Did people ever say that, or did TV lie to me? What would they stand to gain? Have a good night, everyone.
Everything is black, so it makes it look that way.